NFL takes us to the Carolinas and Bank of America Stadium here in Uptown Charlotte. Well, the kicker, Brandon Aubrey, is out to get this one started. And off we go from Uptown Charlotte. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. A first carry for the Canadian-born Chuba Hubbard. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
Young wasting no time, right to the air. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
It's zone defense right away here defensively, and I know that these linebackers and DBs are going to be tested throughout. They passed the first test, though. This one falls incomplete.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Young working out of the gun. He'll drop that down to Hubbard. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get it out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
3rd down, Young from the gun. A throw left side, reeled in by the rookie wideout. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
Now how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
Young. There's a short throw caught by Sanders. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. From the 41, here's 2nd and 6. Young will set to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. To the air once more, Young. And he's got the 1st down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. That'll go as a pickup of 8. With nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. Young now from the 50. To the left side, he's got Sanders. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's good for a 1st down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
A former Oklahoma State Cowboy, it's Chuba Hubbard. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2nd down and 4. Young now. That caught by Trimble. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Here is Young. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. It'll be Young again. And it's caught. And the Panthers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, that's one way and a good way to get things going offensively. One play in, and they're already on the move. The defense, they're hoping that's not a sign of things to come as this game unfolds.
Looking to throw, Young. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Hubbard is in. Touchdown, Carolina.
Like what we saw right there, good running down near the goal line because that was a really good drive. They were able to possess the ball, have some early success moving it downfield, and then clearly the most important thing, finishing things off with the ball in the end zone.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And this will be good to give the Panthers a 7-0 lead. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. The drive starts with a run by Blue. And the safety, Trayvon Merrick, up to make the play defensively.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Prescott. Left side to Lamb. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Prescott and Lamb hooking up for the Cowboy first. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Brandon, that's what you call being manhandled at the point of attack, and I know the offensive line gets a lot of blame for that one. But occasionally, the defense just knows what you're going to do. Maybe they scouted it perfectly. Maybe someone tipped it off. But on that play, it had no chance.
That went out wide and intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Panther touchdown. Well, we went from scoreless to 13-0 in a hurry. First, their offense had the touchdown, and now the defense comes through with one.
You can't get a better 1-2 punch than that. Follow up a touchdown offense by getting one on defense. If they keep that effort up, you'll take the other sideline out of this one very quickly.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 14-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. They've been outplayed early, no question, down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Back to it after the pick six. Prescott able to hit his target, Lamb. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Well, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Well, maybe that'll help him settle back into a groove after the interception on the first drive here, picking up the first to start drive number 2.
And it is just starting over, isn't it? Sometimes it's just how you have to do it. You have to erase things from your mind. Don't worry about what happened before, because over the course of the game, the good players, things turn out pretty well for them, and that's what he's trying to do here.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
To throw is Prescott. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They'll run up the middle here with Blue, down to about the 45. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Prescott. He hits Blue. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Off the play fake, Prescott. Throw left side, hauled in by Pickens. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 18. Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
That's going to be caught by Pickens. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
So not quite a first and goal just yet as they come up now second and inches. They go with Blue between the tackles. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a first and goal.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Jalen Tolbert from 6 yards away. And the Cowboys are back within a score. Good bounce-back drive right there through the pick on drive number 1, drive number 2. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
13 yards, first down, Panthers. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's the give to Hubbard. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. All that blown up by DeMarvion Overshown.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now Young. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
And I think he just wanted to give the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area, and after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
The Panthers on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Young. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers and a first down here.
Boy, everything clicking on this drive. He's 4 for 4 now, and that throw, maybe the best of the bunch. This offense is really humming, and they pick up another first down.
And they'll run on first down with Hubbard. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and making sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. The slot man in motion right. And that flag accepted. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now Young. Got a man. That's Leggett. Dropped at the 35, so able to display his strength, but not much room to operate.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. On play action, Prescott. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
2nd and 10. Prescott from the gun. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Now Prescott. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
They'll throw again. Prescott got an open man. It's Pickens. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. From the 35, here's 2nd down and 2. Now a shotgun handoff. Blue. Pushing his way through. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 45 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. He covered a lot of ground, great blocking, and now they can sniff that end zone.
They certainly can, and because of that run, maybe you come back and fake it to him on this play and throw a little play action. Someone should break wide open.
Prescott to throw it. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. George Pickens from 4 yards out. And the Cowboys have got it back to within a score. That, of course, all set up by the big run on the play prior. They took advantage right away with the touchdown throw.
And you mentioned advantage. Probably taking advantage of their natural instinct after that previous play to be aggressive and rush towards the line of scrimmage. And instead, they were vulnerable to the pass.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense.
Yep.
Run what
Put
you
your
do
foot
best.
on the gas.
Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Young now from the 50. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Young. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Young now. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
Looked like they were set up defensively in a zone coverage, but somehow they found a seam because that receiver all alone. By rights, that should have been a touchdown, but somehow this ball's overthrown.
Here's the Panthers punter now. Kevontae Turpin deep for the Cowboys. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And that will bring up second down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Fifth catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
To the air again, Prescott. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Prescott. And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now, remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in. He's lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him all day long with all the targets trying to go after him, he's obviously gotten smart, and his pride has kicked in. Made a terrific play.
Throwing. Prescott. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a first down.
You want to see a defensive coordinator get upset and throw his headset? This is the kind of play that'll do it. You force 3rd and long. This is almost sort of a give-up play. You're just hoping to get something positive, and it winds up breaking big, and they convert on 3rd down.
On first down, it's Blue. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Now Prescott. He finds his man, complete. That's Ferguson. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 20-yard line. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Completes this one to Pickens. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Prescott from the gun on 3rd. That is caught. And the Cowboys are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a 1st and goal.
To throw is Prescott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dak Prescott taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Cowboys have taken the lead.
He didn't originally want to run, but he didn't see anything in the passing game, so he scrambled, and wouldn't you know it, he scores a touchdown anyway. It's awfully nice to have a quarterback who can make things happen with his legs.
Aubrey good with a PAT, and that will make this a 4-point game. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Panthers now set to take over offensively. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
A short throw hauled in by Trimble. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Young will set to throw. He'll get this complete to the running back, Hubbard. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Out of the gun, it's Young. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this ball recovered by the offense, but remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Here's Young from the shotgun. A short throw hauled in by Trimble. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Now 3rd down and very long. Straight ahead with Hubbard. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's the Panthers punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line. The Cowboy offense going to head out now late in this first half. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead. But a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Prescott. A short one there taken in by Ferguson. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. The power move there couldn't buy him much space. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. 2nd down and 6 now. Prescott now. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt, and there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this 3rd quarter. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would. And in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case,
yeah, not the case.
Not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about seeing defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really hot level.
They've been hot so far. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Prescott. A short one there, taken in by Ferguson. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, you can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Under pressure, and down he goes. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on 2nd.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
3rd and 19. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. And the Panthers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
So much of the game today We're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Throwing, Young. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Micah Parsons getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Boy, every time I see speed like that off the edge, Charles, I just don't know how these offensive linemen do it. I would think that they would get called for holding every play, and maybe they should have been called for holding on that one.
Yeah, maybe not just holding, but sometimes you end up setting back in the offensive backfield a little bit farther to try and help you with the edge. That's a penalty as well. Sometimes you overset, they'll come inside of you. That's what speed does. It disrupts an offense. And right now, you've got to pay attention to this edge rusher on every single down. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 34. They begin with a carry for Blue. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down. This a 2nd and 7 from the 37. They go again with Blue. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy 1st down. Well, CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too. It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. 5th catch of the game for him there. Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. He finds Pickens over the middle. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Prescott yet again. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. So how would you describe that one, partner? Workmanlike right there, getting that 1st down, blue-collar type football? Yeah, only needed 3, got 4, just enough. I like workmanlike. I think it's pretty cool myself. Everything doesn't have to be high glamour in this game. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Prescott from the gun. He finds his man, complete. That's Ferguson. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 17-yard line. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues. When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
And again, it's Prescott. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee you he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Now Prescott. This is caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
Oh, nice job there putting the ball right in the doorstep of the goal line. Couldn't quite get in to pay dirt, but he got awfully close. Let's see if they can cash it in over the next couple of plays.
They'll run. This is Blue. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Punching it in from a yard away as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Now Young. A short throw hauled in by Trimble. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. Now here's Young. A short throw hauled in by Trimble. Just a gain of a couple there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Young to throw it. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Going old reliable there to the slot on 3rd down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence because how do you cover? Do you go with a bigger guy to try and use size? Got to try to go with a quicker guy, and sometimes you even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with that slot receiver. That's why they keep going back to it.
And he's had the hot hand. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
Now Young. A short throw hauled in by Trimble. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. The end result, 21 yards.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
To throw, Young. to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Second and 10 now, third quarter from Charlotte. They'll run out of the gun. It's Hubbard. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Young working out of the gun. Pass taken. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think he has a touchdown. Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Hubbard. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Hubbard. And this time he is in.
Yes.
Chuba Hubbard with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Panthers have cut it back within a score. They were able to push him backwards on 1st down, but this time he forces his way in.
I wonder if he went back to the huddle and said, guys, just a little bit more help, and I can get it done on this one. Maybe even overruled the play call from the sideline, just feeling like he had that opportunity, and he wanted to cash it in.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Dallas offense set for this next drive. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level. I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the 1st tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 19 yards there on the catch and run. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Cowboys with the football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the 4th. Play fake. Here's Prescott. And he'll go right back to Lamb. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. They go right back to him for 20 and a 1st.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Now Prescott. That is incomplete.
I know we spend a lot of time talking about how the defensive backs read routes and make plays on the football. How about a good linebacker? Feeling the route, seeing the quarterback, jumps the play, and knocks it away. Really well done.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Out of the gun, they run with blue. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
So a big one coming here for Brandon Aubrey. This to put him a touchdown and a 2-point conversion up. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
So after the made field goal, back out is Aubrey to kick this away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And remember, despite giving up the field goal, this is still a 1-score game. They're in need of the touchdown and a 2-point conversion. A field goal on this drive likely doesn't do them much good. Here's Young. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
The ball on the 32, it's 2nd and 2. A give up the middle, Hubbard. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game, and that's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides, but to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
Young now. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. On the handoff, it's Hubbard. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a gain of 7 on the ground, but they'll be faced with 3rd and long.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. To give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
If they get a game-changing score on this drive, it's going to be because of plays like that. That run was pure heart. Took it himself, found a way to reset the downs, and advance the ball.
Young. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
And that's a much-needed 1st down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a fourth down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
That caught by Tremble. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 10 more there and another first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Looking to throw, Young. Oh, no, he lost the football. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
On the counter, this is Hubbard. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Just a pickup of a yard there. That won't help too much. They're left with a 3rd and forever now. Boy, a tough spot here as they approach the line of scrimmage. A long way to go to try to pick up this first down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Here's the Panthers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And this will do the job nicely, as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. That'll give them 8 that time, and that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. They hand it off. It's Blue. And down he'll go at the 25. 88 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
On to give, this is Blue. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
On the draw, here's Blue. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge 4th quarter stop? And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Just because you've got the lead in the fourth, it doesn't mean you have to play it safe. I like the aggressive play call there to push it downfield. That time, it didn't work out.
Here's Brian Anger now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Taking it about the 16. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Carolina getting set to take the field.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
They'll start on the ground with Hubbard. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak, not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
And they'll accept that penalty.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Young to throw it.
He'll get this complete to the running back, Hubbard.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
And that's a good job there by the corner. And we do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
And the penalty, it helps a little, but they'll still have to navigate a 3rd and 9 now. And they'll send the slot in motion left. 3rd down, Young from the gun. Throwing middle, and it's complete.
And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
Here's Young. A short throw hauled in by Trimble. They'll come up now. 2nd and 9. Now Young.
And his throw is incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Young.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
It's desperation time. Young on 4th down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run up the middle here with Blue. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Now a Carolina native, former Tar Heel, it's Javonte Williams.
The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
This now a 3rd and 4.
They go with Blue between the tackles. And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to perhaps salt this one away. And this one is right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further.
So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
So after the made field goal, back out is Aubrey to kick this away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So now Young and the Panthers down by 11, a minute 24 to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. Young to throw. He'll dump this one off to Hubbard.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
Here's a 2nd and 7.
Young will set to throw.
He'll find McMillan here.
And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
Now Young.
There's Trimble, the tight end.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Now the question is obvious. Do you try to kick the field goal right here knowing that you need 2 scores? I would be thinking about if I were on that sideline. Get the field goal now, try and get the touchdown later.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now.
They'll throw again. Young. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
Mozzie Smith, he fought through to record the sack. A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. How'd you like to be those defensive coaches, though? That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared, but executing and stopping teams, that's another matter entirely.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Till next time, we say so long from Charlotte.